don't have any doubts about living here. It's safe, it's cheap, the people are friendly. There is really no negatives other than.
What's your name? How old are you, and where are you from?
My name's Alan Williamson. I'm 72 and originally from England, but the last 40 years I spent in Australia.
40 years in Australia. And how many years in the Philippines?
This will be my third year now.
Third year. Okay, nice. What made you choose the Philippines as your retirement destination?
Well, I became single in 2022, and then finding things tough. Australia, I think, like America and elsewhere, is now very expensive to live. And I was I live in a condo here. It cost me 24,000, and the similar place in Australia was costing me 64,000. So economics, if you like.
About 1/3 of the price.
Yeah.
The Philippines. What's one thing that surprised you about life here since you settled in, Alan?
Um, I think most Westerners would say the same thing. Despite the hardships for most people here, they've always got a smile. And of course, Bacolod is a city of smiles, so it's very,
It's a
very
welcoming
friendly
place.
place. Yeah,
Friendly
yeah,
place.
exactly.
You know, so in my opinion, Alan, retirement is a big step, but it's also a chance to enjoy the things you worked hard for. What do you enjoy most about the slower pace of life here in the Philippines?
Well, I suppose it ties in with the fact that I'm retired and I've got no deadlines anymore or any work I have to get up to for. So I pretty much have, carte blanche what I want to do. And we've been traveling a lot, and just the easy lifestyle now. I'm just enjoying everything. Everyone's relaxed, and yeah, it's great.
Where have you traveled to in the Philippines?
Uh, I landed in Manila, stayed in Makati for about 3 months, maybe more. Went up to Subic Bay, went down to Batangas, across to Puerto Galera, been to Iloilo, down to Mindanao, Davao, across to Cebu about 6 times, down to Bohol, Moel Boel, um, Alona Beach, where a friend of mine stays, and Dumaguete.
So you're really staying active.
Oh yeah, yeah. The intention is to maybe have a travel and then a break and then keep seeing this beautiful country.
Your first day arriving here, you get off the plane. What are you thinking to yourself when you're seeing everything going on here?
Well, I was married to a Filipino for 20 years, so I've been backwards and forwards quite often. She was from Davao, and but I remember the very first day coming to the Philippines, 2002. Just the wall of heat that hits you when when you walk out the doors at Manila, the airport.
You've done quite a lot of traveling around doing the tourist trips, also the tourist destinations.
Yeah.
What are some of the memorable experiences that you have here in the Philippines?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, in Australia we have the koala bear, but seeing the tarsier up close at Bohol, it was a real thrill. I even got to take photographs this close. So that's surprisingly exciting. But like, Siquijor I went to. I love Siquijor. Just a beautiful, relaxed, sort of hippie type place. And then the usual, the waterfalls, the white beaches. Yeah.
I also love Siquijor. I feel like there's endless things you can do in Siquijor.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's so good quality food in Siquijor.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. I think they could do with a supermarket, but other than
maybe
that,
a mall also. That's two things they don't really have.
Yeah, exactly. but other than that, yeah, it's fine.
It's good for like a week or two.
Yeah, yes, yeah, nice resort and out to see the waterfalls and the beaches. Beautiful.
So, a lot of people who will watch this video, they haven't made the leap to come to the Philippines yet. Maybe they're just thinking about it, and I think a lot of them are actually single. Would you say you get a lot of attention here from Filipino women? Would you get like approached or smiled at or?
In Philippines generally, I would say yes. In Bacolod, no. Bacolod to me is a very family-oriented city. You know, you'll see all the mums and dads and children with the dogs, with the diapers on in the mall. You know, and so the girls here are a lot provincial and shyer. So they would. I've never been approached in Bacolod. Sure, Manila and Cebu and other places. Yeah, very much so. But
Would you say the woman here, how do they treat you? How do the women treat you? Are they traditional or what do you got to say about that?
they're very shy in Bacolod. You know, if I go into a classic example the other day, I went into the pharmacy and there was a girl at the counter and she saw me and she panicked and ran out the back. And then another girl came. And I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Oh, she's too shy to talk." You
She
know,
must have fell in love with those ocean blue eyes and didn't know what to do.
I just think foreigners, you know, they're still getting used to us. You know, in Cebu, you know, it's just normal every day, and Dumaguete especially. But yeah, in Bacolod, it's still fairly new. Having said that, in the 2 years I've lived here, if I walk around Ayala Mall here, say for 30 minutes, I'd probably see 3 foreigners, whereas now I'd probably see 20. So it's getting more popular.
I agree. I think more and more foreigners are coming here by the day.
Yes, great.
So comparing the life here to the life in the West or Australia,
Mm.
the quality that you get here, how would you compare the quality in another country like Australia or England to here for if you're going to spend the same amount of money? So how much are you spending per month here on average is what I really want to ask.
Uh, to be honest, uh, I have a pension. Um, I spend about $2,000 a month.
So about 100,000 pesos a month, and you could pretty much go ahead.
I'd say that's about 75,000.
75,000
Yeah,
pesos. Okay.
roughly. And I mean, I go out. We obviously there's a few expat friends. We go to nice places, and but you know, we also have Jollibee and things like that. So it's like everywhere else. You know, it depends on the night and what you want to do. And but you know, you can live either lifestyle. You know, if you want to be frugal and just take things easy, you could cut that way down. If you want to go to Cedar and El Fisher 5-star hotels, you know, you can boost that. I think it's like everywhere. It's what your pocket can afford at the time.
Speaking about expat friends, do you feel like you've had a relatively easy time connecting with other people, other expats, and forming yourself a little community here? Do you have some friends here? And
Yeah, there's a foreigners group on a Monday and a Wednesday that meet for coffee, which I started going to regular. Everyone's friendly, and it's a good place to pass on information. You know, if you want to know where you get your driving license from, etc. You know, they'll tell you because they've been through it, and yeah, so they have a good old chat every twice a week, and then there's a prayer group on a Saturday afternoon. It's not really a religious thing; it's just a get together and a chat, but it's good fun, and yeah, so there's quite a few. I know there's another group out east. There's about 30 in that group that meet for drinks of an evening rather than coffee. You know, so yeah, there's lots of opportunities to meet friends and and feel like you have a support group.
As far as finances go, how do you send your money from your foreign bank to the bank in the Philippines?
I'm a bit biased, so I would say there's only one way anyone should do it, and that's wise. I'll give you an example. On Monday, I transferred 5,000 Aussie dollars to Wise in Australia at 11 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, the peso was in my Philippine account by 12 o'clock. The best rate and the lowest cost. So it's really the best way to go, I think.
I've been using Western Union myself, but I've been hearing people talk about Wise. So
Why? I used Western Union at the beginning. No, Wise, much better rate, so you'll get a higher exchange rate and less cost.
as far as amenities you have access to here in the Philippines, is there anything you feel like you want but you don't have access to here?
Fish and chips, I like.
Fish and chips.
The old battered fish and chips from in England and Australia. It's pretty hard to find. You can get lovely seafood, obviously. But just, yeah, I like my fish and chips, and I've not found a suitable alternative here yet. But not a lot. You can always get online anything, anything that I used to eat or drink in Australia. Yeah, there's access to most things.
You order from Shopee or Lazada?
Yeah, Shopee, and I've just found Temu. So I placed about 10 orders in the last 2 weeks. Temu's excellent.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's quality, and it's like Shopee. I order uh, 12, 12 bars of Kit Kat, and I end up with 3 packets of chips. You don't know what you're going to get sometimes. But Temu, spot on, good quality, on time, no problem.
Pretty much anything you need here.
Anything, yeah.
Delivered to the door.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have any advice that you'd like to share to foreigners who maybe they're thinking about coming down to the Philippines and they haven't quite taken the leap yet, or they're still saving up and waiting for that retirement date to come?
Yeah.
What would you tell them if they're still thinking about it?
Well, I've thought about that before, and I've thought there's 2 ways. I mean, one, you've got to be financially stable. There's a great lad, he's been here 4 times, and I've got to know him, but he's a working guy in England and can't afford to come and live here, although he would love to. So obviously make sure your finances are right. Don't have any doubts about living here. It's safe. It's cheap, the people are friendly. There is really no negatives other than frustration, waiting in queues, not professional in lots of things they do. But that's the Philippines. Once you lock into the fact that, it's not America or Australia, it's still growing. You can adapt to most things.
That's something I struggled with at first, but I've come to see it as a positive. Not being in such a rush,
Yeah.
Instead of complaining about the line taking so long, you just spark a little conversation with the people you're waiting in line with, type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to any other countries in Asia, Alan?
I used to work in Australia. I've traveled everywhere. Yeah.
But you still chose the Philippines, huh? It's the Philippines still? Would you say it's your number one go-to recommendation?
I think everyone that I've seen interviewed on YouTube say the same exactly as me. They speak English. Thailand's interesting, but the language barrier maybe not. I love Malaysia. Malaysia's fantastic. Great mix of new and old. And they love football. I'm a soccer addict. So in the Philippines, they speak English, and that is a big, plus.
Well, that's all about I got today, Alan. Is there anything else you want to share for the viewers back home, the audience?
all I would say is if you're even thinking about it, just think positive and do it. The only negative will be if you create one. Just come and enjoy it. If you can afford to retire here, just come. You'll love every minute.
Even if you can't retire, maybe just plan a quick visit.
Visit, yeah, visit. Once you've visited, you'll fall in love with the place. That's what happened with me when I first came.
All right. Well, until next time, ladies, gents, and germs. Yeah.
See